Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's DAYYY Media coming at you with another video. It's time to bring on the boxing. Hope you're all having a great day. Today, we're going to be talking about Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. There are talks that, they may reach a part two. Obviously, Floyd, I believe, he has another exhibition coming up. Logan Paul, he's kind of nervous about his brother fighting Jake Paul fighting Asim Rahman at Madison Square Garden on August 6th, with the co-main as Amanda Serrano and Carbajal. So, these are interesting fights. The women's fight is definitely something that fans are going to want to tune in to see. Obviously, it's no Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, but it's still a very big fight. Jake Paul and Rahman, I don't know what's going to happen in that fight. I don't know who Asim Rahman really is as a fighter. Nonetheless, let's talk more about Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. The first fight, it wasn't that interesting to me. It was just like it was a spectacle because Floyd said it best. He said, a big guy, like good physique, much taller than Floyd, against a guy who's smaller but probably the best boxer of all time. So we see how kind of size comes into play with a higher level of talent and IQ. So we saw Floyd kind of leap in with those left hook as he does. He definitely didn't look his best, but that's just testament to the size. It's a ridiculous size difference. I'm not really comparing this to. This doesn't really affect how I see Floyd as a fighter, because in my eyes, Floyd's already retired. This is just like show stuff. Even though he could definitely get knocked out or hurt in these situations, I don't really associate it with his actual boxing career. Logan Paul, he's a social media connoisseur. He's an expert at marketing, as his brother Jake Paul. They know how to sell tickets, they know how to get people's attention, saying their names in articles and other media platforms, and like we're doing right now. But Logan Paul, he doesn't see, you can see kind of the technique on his punches. He was kind of like slapping around Floyd in the first round when he got him alone, but it was kind of interesting to watch. The question here is, do we really want a part two of this fight? And I personally don't want to see a part two. I'd rather see Floyd fight somebody like Oscar De La Hoya. Even though they're both at other primes, it would just be funny to see these two guys who definitely don't like each other at all, deep down on the inside. Maybe they respect each other as boxers, but as people, I know they don't like each other. Because a lot of things that took place when they were fighting, and after they were fighting, they rarely had nice things to say about each other. But those guys are both Hall of Famers at the end of the day. But it's just, I'm curious to see if you guys are even entertaining a Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul part two, because I'd personally rather see Logan Paul maybe fight some other celebrity, but I'd rather have Floyd Mayweather fight somebody I'm not saying I want to see him with an Errol Spence. I think that's a huge risk to take, especially at his age and where he's at financially. The hunger, I don't know if it'll be the same. I know Floyd works very hard. It's just I'd rather see him against maybe an Oscar De La Hoya, who kind of is in the same position. They're not that. They're obviously, Oscar's much older, but he's talked about an exhibition. Floyd's obviously entertaining all these exhibition offers. So if he fought Oscar, I'm curious, would you guys want to see that? Because I would be foaming at the mouth for that. I don't care if they're old. These are two legends in the sport, and I'd love to see them hash it out yet again, because a lot of people think Oscar won. I don't think personally that Oscar won that fight at all. I thought Floyd won pretty comfortably, kept the distance and made Oscar fatigue and wasted he was very aggressive. It was just there wasn't a lot of effective blows landed, in my opinion. That's just the fight that I saw. But the exhibitions, it'd be cool to see guys that better match up against each other. I understand the selling of the pay-per-view, mixing demographics and fan bases, but at the end of the day, I'd rather see people stay in their own lane. Social media presences fighting other social media influencers, and then former boxers fighting other former boxers, or UFC fighters. That's fine. But we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of exhibitions in general, and if you even want to see a Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight, because maybe I'm wrong, maybe it could be different, it could be more interesting, but that's just my opinion. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Road to 100 subs, let's get it. I want to thank you guys for watching again, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.